Welcome to Top 5 Niches of the Week, the original print-on-demand niches show. It's episode 239, and I've got 5 print-on-demand niches for you to target to increase your sales. So let's get to it. Let's kick things off with an Amazon merch sales update. In the last 7 days, I made 440 sales. 294 came on the US market, and the rest came from international markets. And you can see above me, as soon as it starts displaying that it'll arrive after Christmas, well, you know your sales are going to slow down, as these numbers I'm showing you today are significantly lower than last week. There were some third-party sellers on Amazon that self-fulfill their t-shirts and whatnot, and they absolutely cleaned up. As soon as Amazon merch listings started to display that they'll arrive after Christmas, some of those third-party sellers that I was tracking, they were just absolutely killing it and making, $25 per t-shirt that they sold. Absolutely crazy. And hey, that's the benefit of if you want to self-fulfill your orders. That's not something I want to do, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, linked in the description, I do post daily sales updates. So here are the top 10. All right, these are just the organic top 10, not curated by me, pretty well spread out, no real trend. If you ask me, it just seems to be, kind of random, but that's okay. Around this time of year, that's typically what we see. All right, niche number 1, here we go. 100 days of school, how could it not be? If you guys caught my video earlier this week, or I guess it was technically last week because it's Sunday, the 100 days of school niche, it does start to pick up interest in early January, and it peaks at the end of January, even though from what I'm told, it looks like the 100th day of school is in like the first week of February on average. It depends on when your local school system starts going to school. When summer ends, where I live, it's usually a little bit later than average. So, for us, maybe you would still be seeing sales into February. Anyways, this is always a solid niche. And I have got some sub niches to show you within the 100 days of school niche. So primary keywords are 100 days of school, but how about survived 100 days? Sometimes it's I survived 100 days of school for the students. Sometimes it's my teacher survived 100 days of me. You get what I'm saying? There's so many fun ways to sell in this niche. How about another one, 100 days smarter? And then you've even got right there for the teachers, my students are 100 days smarter. Crushed 100 days. I crushed 100 days, for the monster truck fans. 100 days of school era, so maybe you have the monster trucks for the guys and then 100 days of school era for the girls. These are just a few sub niches in the 100 days of school niche. This is huge every year. Do not miss out on your chance to capitalize on it. I'm giving you a heads up. Moving on to niche number 2. The Trump inauguration is going to be here before we know it. Time flies these days. I think it's January 20th. I've been talking about it, but I made so much money off the political niche this year that I feel like I'm doing you wrong if you're tuning into my top 5 niches of the week videos and I'm not telling you to sell in this niche. Based on the sales that took place in 2024 in the political niche, you got to sell the inauguration. You know what I mean? It's the last easy, foreseeable political niche trend to capitalize on that at least I know of. I mean, I'm not the political guy. So you better believe I'm going to be all over it. So why wouldn't you be? You know what I mean? In terms of trends, things do start to slow down this time of year. Well, what's the next big thing that people are going to be emotional and charged up and happy to spend their money for? Well, the inauguration is one that I think we can all agree on, low-hanging fruit. So the Trump inauguration, look at the designs. For a hint, I think a lot of these do look like very professional kind of high-end designs. I mentioned that last week. I think a lot of people who buy this may want it as like a keepsake. Moving on to niche number 3, here we go. Before we get to niche number 3, please take advantage of my free mini course delivered via email, linked in the description. Just give me your email address and I'll send you 1 lesson a day for 20 days, rolling up 8 years of experience, giving you the best lessons and insights I can. And check out my print on demand Facebook group, also linked there in the description. Niche number 3, how about Martin Luther King Day, January 20th, 2025. I guess there's 2 trends on the 20th. Just do your research, check trademarks, check Amazon, try to, make sure that whatever you upload and sell is safe. A lot of times things like this, maybe quotes like I have a dream. I'm not saying that it is trademarked. I'm just saying that if it was, would it surprise you, right? So always check. Just because you see it here on Podly, the research tool I'm using to do these videos, does not necessarily mean that it's going to be safe for you to use. So just a reminder, check your trademarks, right? And I don't just check trademarks. I also go to Amazon and I sort by newest, and I look at the recently uploaded products and try to use that as a clue if something's going to be safe, because it's not just trademarks. There's more to it than that. You know what I mean? Or there can be. Okay. All right. Moving on to niche number 4. How about the Lunar New Year and the Year of the Snake? All right. It's Chinese New Year in January every year. Don't overlook this one. Last year was the Year of the Dragon. So if you do your research, you might see a lot of the dragon designs selling, and you might completely miss that it's the Year of the Snake this year because it changes every year. Don't make that mistake. You don't want to be selling last year's stuff, even though you might lock in a sale to somebody who's as clueless as you. But and I'm not accusing you of being clueless unless you're uploading the dragon designs. Year of the Snake 2025. Go ahead and capitalize on that. What I like about this, and I've said it before, but like you get the black shirts, you get the white shirts, and you get red shirts too. So, I mean, there's 3 different kind of primary colors to optimize your designs for. I would say black, I would say white, and I would say red. You know, there's a big element of red every year with the Lunar New Year stuff. All right, moving on, niche number 5. Here we go. This one's a little bit random. I was trying to find something that's a little bit less obvious that you might not have foresaw coming. How about Earl Grey, the tea? Like, Ryan, why would you talk about Earl Grey tea? Well, let me show you. So I subscribe to the free Google Trends newsletter, and they deliver, I think, daily, or at least like 5 or 6 days a week. I'm getting an email from them with like yesterday's trends, or sometimes it's like the last week's trends. And soon I'm sure there's going to be like a year in review trends, okay? But I looked at the most recent newsletter I got and scrolled past the, intellectual property that's protected stuff, so I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And I saw Earl Grey tea. Why can't I say it? Earl Grey tea is currently at an all-time high over the past week. So all-time high, not just this year or this month, all time in terms of search interest. And while it may not be for apparel, again, if it's at an all-time high being typed into Google, you could probably sell a t-shirt or two, or better yet, how about this? Next slide, a coffee mug or two to people, and I say coffee mug, a tea mug for their Earl Grey tea, right? That seems reasonable, hopefully. So yes, the Google Trends newsletter, completely free, google.com/trends. Scroll to the bottom, give them your email address. I don't get anything from telling you that, but it's completely free. Nice way of keeping up to date on trends. You can see some Earl Grey related coffee mugs here that I pulled from Amazon. And if you didn't know, Placeit is not just your one-stop shop for t-shirt and apparel mockups. They also have things like mug mockups, tea mockups. I went ahead, I created an Earl Grey tea design. I uploaded it to a mug. They had a nice little mockup right here where they're literally pouring the hot water for the tea. What more can you ask for, right? So check out Placeit. It's going to be linked in the description as well for your mockup needs. Let's check out emerging trends. These are shirts that their current BSR is significantly outperforming their 90-day average. So you've got Awesome Like My Daughter, you've got the Kamala, you got the Pride Month or Anti-Pride Month, the I Teach the Cutest Owls on the Branch, Cheer Mom, Party in the USA Mom, Peace Out Kindergarten, Jeff the Land Shark, My Son-in-Law is my favorite child. We know those trend during Christmas. Pikachu, skip that one. Little Sister crossed out, it says Middle Sister. We have a cat that says I Eat Cement. We have the Kamala Walls, and we have the It's Story Time, and then behind me is kind of like a seagull wearing antlers. Okay, so if you see any potential emerging trends there, none of them are guaranteed to be emerging trends, but that is what they're aiming to give us here. All right, looking ahead to smaller holidays, at least a month out, these might not have been on your radar. January 22nd, National Blonde Brownie Day. January 23rd, Measure Your Feet Day. January 24th, Compliment Day. January 25th, National Seed Swap Day. And January 25th, Opposite Day. By the way, if you've never tried to sell in any of these, give it a shot. I've done it. I do it mainly on Seller Central with like FBM third-party listings. You would be surprised. Like, I made a sale the other day for Ellis Island Day, right? Super random, probably wasn't on your bingo card, but I probably told you about Ellis Island Day at least once in these videos. And what do you know? As soon as Ellis Island Day comes, I make a sale for 2 mugs. So I'm just saying, like, these do actually sell, but it's probably not going to make you rich unless maybe you sell all of them. And then year round, you've got evergreens that at least once a year you can foresee potentially selling. All right, the archive. Here we go. What was selling well 11 months ago? It looks like 100 Days of School and Valentine's Day. There's even this other thing, 101 Days Smarter with the Dalmatians, but if there's a Disney movie called 101 Dalmatians, I probably don't want to be uploading anything to Amazon merch that has 101 and the word Dalmatians in it. That's just my personal preference though. But what do you know? We look at the archive, we look at 11 months ago, and pretty much what you would guess. Oh, and then of course, the I'm not old, I'm classic shirt because it had to be there. All right, removed designs. These were all removed in the last 2 weeks. We've got some Kamala Harris stuff, say it to my face. Never underestimate the grandma who votes to protect her granddaughters. White dudes for Harris. Vote like a childless cat lady. It's about Madame Time. Yeah, somebody pulled a ton of their Kamala Harris shirts. Another childless cat lady, another childless dog lady, KA. So yeah, almost all of the removed designs were Kamala Harris. And I don't know if they're getting pulled by Amazon. I do know that Amazon's automated trademark detection algorithm that was mistakenly flagging Harris, her last name, as trademark infringement because there's a trademark in the USPTO for Arris, A-R-R-I-S. I've been dealing with some crazy issues with the trademark automated detection system on my Seller Central account recently. It's been an incredible pain in my butt. This is not the right time to tell you about it, but basically, like, it is mistakenly identifying so many things as trademark infringement for literally a brand that I've been using for 8 years that I own the trademark to, that I'm brand registered for. And I've been on the phone with them at least probably twice a day for the last 5 days of my life. It's not been fun, including Saturday. Today's Sunday. Hopefully I get the day off. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video. In the description, you can find a link to my full print-on-demand course if you're interested. I also have a link to my private community where we go live twice a week. Easy way to work with me, a self-made multimillionaire who's really good at print on demand. My sales kind of speak for themselves. We also talk about other stuff, but it's mainly print on demand focused. We've got a January competition kicking off where we're all going to sell in a specific niche, count our orders, and then do some prizes at the end of the month. A lot of fun stuff. Nice way to work directly with me and not very expensive. So you've got your self-paced print on demand course where you can copy me step by step. You've got my private community where you can work directly with me twice a week. And I don't know, if you need anything else, let me know. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another new video. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.